Hello and welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Stephen and today I'm going to do a walk around video presentation for you on this fantastic 2016 Mitsubishi Pajero Sport Exceed. As you can see in ironbark, really different colour, not a lot of them out there, so it makes the car a little bit more unique. Now today's video I'm going to go through the condition of the vehicle itself, like paintwork and outside exterior, inside too. I'm going to go through all the features of this car. Now this car being the Exceed, it is very feature packed, very safety orientated, four-wheel drive as well. So starting at the front, the first thing you'll notice is the great shape on these, lots and lots of chrome. The badging, now you'll see with the badging it's nice and flat there because we do have our forward collision mitigation sensor that actually reads from the front there. We do also have on our headlights, as we come across here, you've got your daytime running lights underneath, your HID headlights, so you get little washer jets there. We've got our front sensors on the car, and we also have the fog lamps down below there, which are really good. Looking at the condition of the paintwork so far, really good. There is one little blemish on the base here, and then looking across the bonnet, a couple of minor stone chips that have been touched up on the bonnet, but overall, and they're right on the front that I can see, but overall really good condition so far. Coming around, now you'll see we've got a sensor on the side here as well. That's actually for our blind spot monitoring, which is really good. Coming down now from there, we'll have a look at our 18-inch alloy rims. Really nice condition there. Great tyres on there as well. And then looking at the condition of the guard, really good condition there. Nice big chrome mirrors with the indicators integrated. Now the great thing about the indicator or the mirrors there is when you lock the vehicle, so just pushing the lock button now on the keys, you'll see they fold in automatically, so you'll be able to visually see that your car's locked, which is really good. You'll see nice chrome door handles as well. We do have our keyless entry, so I can push the button there as too and open the vehicle from there. Nice big side steps which are in really good condition. And looking at the paintwork overall, now there's a couple of little marks just on the edge of the doors that I did notice just before, but they've been touched up, so not bad at all. The rest of the doors are in fairly good condition there. We do have our very nice slimline weather shields there, dark tint as well. And then I'll jump up and have a look at the condition of the roof, which is really good. We do have our roof rails at the top here. Now we can get our proper genuine cross rails, which is really handy. Looking at our back alloy rim here, fantastic condition once again. Great tyres on the back there too. And then as we come through, you'll see the nice sleek styling as the window styles up to the back. Really nicely done on these ones. And then as we pop around to the back of the car, you'll see we do have our genuine tow bar on there, giving us a really good brake towing capacity of 3.1 tonne. Now that's absolutely fantastic towing ability on these. And then looking at the styling, we've got our really nice styled tail lights here that actually come down right the way there on the sides. Our rear mount wiper, and as I open the tailgate for you, you gotta see we've actually got our reverse camera tucked up nicely away there. And then looking in the back here, you'll see we've got some floor mats here. And then having a look, it is a 7-seater, so really good there. We've got our little lever, so you can fold them forward if you want. They will actually pop up and fold, the base of the seat goes forward as well, so giving you plenty of room there. And then underneath our floor mats here, you'll see we've got a little storage compartment there where we can gain access to our spare wheel holder. Now our spare wheel is a full-size alloy rim up underneath the car, and it's behind the tow bar here, so really nicely done. The tow bar actually acts as a little bit more protection from rear intrusions or someone running up the backside. And having a look at the condition of the car and the paintwork on the back, really good. Bumper's got a couple of minor little marks on it that I could see, but overall condition absolutely fantastic around the car so far. Once again, coming to the left hand side now, our fuel filler is on the left hand side, and the great thing there is it is a high flow diesel throat, so we can pull up at those truck stops and fill up a little bit quicker if you've got a caravan or something quite large that you're towing. Great tyres again on the rear, and looking at the condition of the alloy rim on this side, overall very well looked after. Looking at the side steps in good condition, and then just touching on the paintwork down this side. Considering it's the passenger side of the vehicle where you see a lot more marks, the overall condition on this car is really good. We've probably got one minor little blemish there, but overall really good condition right the way down the left hand side of the car, which is great. And as we pop around to the front now, I'm going to pop the bonnet for you and go through the stats here for you. Now the great thing is we do have the new 2.4 litre turbo diesel engine. So Mitsubishi went from the 2.5s down to the 2.4, and they're actually producing even more power now. So 133 kilowatts of power and 430 newton meters of torque, which is really good. Now that's all coupled with the 8-speed automatic transmission in the Pajero Sport 4x4 system, giving us a very impressive 8 litres per 100 kilometres. So out of our 68 litre tank, we are looking at around 850 kilometres on average of driving out of this car. Alright, now to the inside of our fantastic Pajero Sport here. I'm going to start on the driver's side here, go through the features for you. So we've got on our armrest here, we do have all our window controls and our window lock button. Really nice condition, couple of little marks on the silver there. Having a look through to the front now, you'll see we've got our traction stability control. We do have our reverse sensor button there, so I can turn my sensors off. We also have our forward collision mitigation. Now that button allows me to adjust the reaction time from far to near, middle or near. So depending on traffic conditions, you can actually change how quickly it's going to respond and tell you to brake with that one, which is really good. Electronic mirrors and our folding button, so if I go away for driving or something like that, I can actually fold them in for the tight tracks. Our start stop button there. We've got our headlight and indicator controls here with our fog lamp control on the little switch there. Great thing is they are auto headlights. Our wipers are on the left hand side and our rear wipers are on the end, and they are also rain sensing wipers. So we've got our sensor up on the windscreen there, which makes it really good. You don't have to worry about turning your windscreen wipers on or off. And we've got our paddle shifters behind the steering wheel, so it allows me to change gears if I'm towing, really handy there, or if I'm off four-wheel driving and that sort of thing. It's really handy that you don't have to take your hands off the wheel. Now having a look at our steering wheel, really nicely styled here, full leather wrapping around the outside. On our right hand side of the steering wheel, we'll do have our cruise control settings, so that's our button there, so we can set our speed on this side, and then this little button here is actually our speed limiter, so we can set our speed limit at anywhere from 30 kilometers as the minimum speed right up to whatever we need to, and it will not let you physically drive over that speed unless you put your foot right to the floorboards and override it. So really handy for around the school zones, 50 k's and 60 kilometers, very handy there. We've got our menu button, so I can cycle through the menu in the middle of the screen there to see my average fuel use, distance to empty, how I'm driving. I can also bring up my four-wheel drive screen, so it shows me a little four-wheel symbol there, which is really good. On the left-hand side of my steering wheel, I've got all my stereo controls, so really good there. I've got my source button, my volume toggle switch here, and then I can skip through my stations here, and I'll also go through the camera button there in a moment with you. And then down in the middle we've got our voice activated controls for our phone, and as well as our answer and hang up button there. Now coming across to the middle of the car, really nice big Apple CarPlay or Android Auto unit there, coming standard with these now. And while we're having a look at that, before I go through all the features, as I said, with the camera button on the steering wheel, now this one here is actually has brought up the 360 degree cameras, so you can see right around the car, and this one here is the front camera, so really handy if you're doing low speeds or parking. You can actually turn that on and see right in front of the car. That's going to give you about 30 centimeters in front of the car, and it also gives you the line as you turn the wheel, so you can see where the car's going and where this back line's going to cut across that curb there the way we're driving. So really handy there. If you push it again, you can bring up your curb parking screen on the left hand side. Now that green line there is going to give you around 100 mil away from the curb, so if you're parallel parking, depending on where you go, really handy there, so you don't do gutter rash your rims or anything either. And push it again, you can turn it off, which is really good. As I said, it's all touch screen, so if I go to my home menu here, you can come up with your apps. You actually plug your phone in to run your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, which is really good. Bringing up your apps, your USB, you can go through digital audio, AM, FM radio as well, and it's as simple as swiping the screen like your iPad to come across to see what else you need there. Now while we're looking at that, I'll put it into reverse for you just to bring up the reverse camera. Does the same thing, except for the end of it gives you a meter, and you also have your little sensor screen down the bottom. So once again, as you turn, you can see it's going to give you a guide of where you're going. So really handy there. Dual zone climate control, which is fantastic. You can actually change through the sides if your partner wants it cooler or hotter, which is really handy. Pushing auto will bring it back just to the one control, which is controlled by the driver's side. Coming down, you'll see this little screen here. Now this is really good for kids and stuff getting in the car. It will actually tell you if there's someone sitting in the seat and they haven't got their seatbelt on and you start moving away, to give you an audible warning. And then coming down, I'm just going to move my steering wheel transmission shifter. You'll see here we've got our heated seat switches for the front two seats. We do also have a factory fitted rear diff lock, which is fantastic. Our blind spot monitoring button, and you'll see here the rear fan. That is actually because they do have a rear aircon unit in the vehicle, or a rear fan, so it's going to run the same temperature from the front, but it'll run through the back, and you can turn that on from the front, or the passengers in the back can turn that on. Having a look, really nicely styled transmission shifter there. Right down into drive, you can pop it across into the Tiptronic mode, driving it like a manual, which is really handy for towing side of things as well. Downhill descent control, and you'll see here we've got our fantastic four-wheel drive but shifter. So 2 high, popping it into 4 high will make it an all-wheel drive vehicle. So great for if you're towing stuff on the road, you can actually stay safer there and it's not going to break. And then you've got your 4 high LC, 4 low LC for your proper off-road modes. Electric handbrake, so down to turn it off as a normal handbrake would be, up to turn it on. 2 cup holders, and then popping the center console open, you can see we've got a nice big tray here. You can pop that out and you'll see down the front we've got all our USB ports down there to plug in for our phone. We also have our HDMI and also the 12-volt charge point in there. So really good. Having a look around the condition of the car as well, fantastic leather seats in good condition, the carpets are in good condition right around the car. Having a look, I will get my cameraman to point out the fan switch up on the roof there, so you can see you can turn that on and off and adjust the fan speed at the back. There are a couple of little marks on the roof around that, but the overall condition inside the car has been very well looked after, and the same goes for the service history too. So having done around the 47,000 kilometres, good kilometres for the age of the vehicle. The first service done at Knox Mitsubishi for the 15,000k service. The 30,000 kilometre service was done there too, and then we've done a service on the car when we got it, so your next service isn't due until roughly 60,000 kilometres. So great service history. Alright, so that's our walk around video presentation for you today on this fantastic 2016 Mitsubishi Pajero Sport Exceed. As you can see, they are a fantastic car, very capable on-road and off-road. As a family car, great for going away with long trips, good fuel economy and good service history on this particular car. If you've got any more questions, please give us a call here at Berwick Mitsubishi on 9907 0555 and one of our friendly staff will assist you further.